Well, hello everyone. I hope we're doing all right. I hope everyone is okay. We had a very abbreviated countdown today. I hope that's okay with everyone. So, is my sound good? Is my lighting good? Is everything good? If everything is good, then we can just start talking. We can just start hanging out because that's what we're doing for. As always, if you want me to speak fast or slow, then you should write a number like I have right here. Let's see what Umut is saying. Umut says, I will not be able to watch this stream and moderate the chat. Please keep the chat civil. All right, Umut, thank you for coming by. Thank you for everything that you do. You are the man. Okay. Hello. Everything is, oh, thank you. Everything is okay. The camera, that's probably on your end. I don't know how to say your name. Naidausian. It's probably your connection right now. Okay, so here we go, guys. We have a question from Clever. It says, do you like Adele's songs? Well, she has many songs. I like many of her songs. I don't like many of her songs. So, yeah, I like some of them. I don't like some of them. You can ask which ones I like and which ones I don't like if you would like. Okay, so let's get a good idea of who is here. Why don't you guys write where you are watching from, right where you guys are. Where are you in the world? I would imagine that most of you are in Turkey. I would imagine that some of you are in maybe Germany or Azerbaijan. I don't know how to say Azerbaijan in English. I don't know how we do that. I'm not sure how we do that. So let me know where you are, guys. We have, let's see what we got. We got Aydın, okay. Eren Bulut says, may I join your broadcast? Why, Eren? Why would you like to join my broadcast? Let me know in the chat. Istanbul. Huh. I'm not sure what this is. Is this Baku? Is that what that is? I don't know what that is. Kocaeli. Komşumuz. All right. And then we have Van, we have Ankara, we have Balıkesir, we have Istanbul, we have another Kocaeli, we have Azerbaijan. We have lots and lots of stuff. Slovenia. Ah, interesting. Ankara. Ankara. Okay, cool. So, yeah, glad to see you guys. Let's start taking some questions. So this will be our first question. It says, hi, Zack, period. Hi, Zack. When I speak English, for example, sometimes I use holiday, sometimes I use vacation. I want to speak American English, but I may use some British words. Is this a big problem? Maybe. It might be a big problem. Most Americans are not very familiar with with the rest of the world, so we probably won't understand you if you say holiday and you mean vacation. If you were to say something like summer holiday or something like that, this is my winter holiday, we'll probably understand that. But if you just say like, today is a holiday, I did it again. I go to like point and I always do this every time. So today, if you say today is a holiday in America, that's like Bayram. That's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, the 4th of July. You don't know what that is. Valentine's Day. Those are holidays. If you say today is a holiday in America, that's probably what people will understand, how people will understand you. Because I downright want to talk to you. All right, Eren, listen. You need to convince the people in the chat that you need to convince them that that I should let you into the broadcast. All right, so tell everyone why you deserve to get invited to the broadcast, okay? So I want your best explanation. I want your best shot, all right? So let's see what you got. We got some Rotterdam. We got Cyprus, Sakarya. That's the next komşu. We have Kocaeli, then Sakarya. And then we have Zekabe. Where did you get that picture? Okay, man. I have no idea where you got that picture. But yeah, man. Beşiktaş. I was in Beşiktaş. Actually, it's probably been a while. Yeah, I haven't been to Beşiktaş in probably a month or so. So yeah, I can come by sometime. We can hang out. We can't go anywhere because everything's closed, but we can definitely, like, I don't know, sit and or I don't know what else we can do. We have someone watching from Georgia. That's interesting. We have someone watching from Van. It's probably not Juan. It's probably not Juan. It's probably Van. But that's a common misconception. Okay, so here we go. I am watching you from Batman. Not to be confused with Batman. Batman is very different from Batman. Okay, so this person has a question. This person says, learning a new language is not just knowing vocabulary and grammar. Do you agree? Well, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there's so much more to learning a language than just words and grammar. Yeah, absolutely. There's just pronunciation. Just pronunciation is really difficult. The flow of sentences is really difficult. What's it called? Vurgu. What is vurgu? Like emphasis, the emphasis that you put on certain words. And then there's cultural stuff like facial expressions and stuff. For example, in America, or so in Turkey, someone asks me a question, I do that, right? Hey, Zack, are you going to come tonight? We don't do that in America. If you go to America and go like that doesn't mean anything. Or you go, that doesn't mean anything. When I came to Turkey, I couldn't do that sound. I had never made that sound before. I had to learn to make that sound. So anyway, yeah. So there's much more to learning a language than just learning words and grammar. Okay, here we go. Zack Bazan, why are you speaking Turkish? I don't speak Turkish. Okay, I will read this one question in Turkish. Just this one question in Turkish. Zack Bazan özne olmadan cümle kuruyorlar mesela. Don't want to know gibi başına özne olmaması anlamı değiştiriyor mu? Okay, so sometimes, what's a good example? You don't even know. Just checking. For example, just want to check. Someone might say, instead of saying, I am just checking, instead of saying, I am just checking, they will say, just checking. The I is assumed. The I is understood. It's inferred. So no, it doesn't change the meaning, but it's just an understood. It's only part of a sentence. It's not a whole sentence. It's part of a sentence. Okay. Hello. I've been doing great. Yeah, waiting on the world to open up. Where is your boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend. I have a girlfriend. I like her a lot. She's really cool. But I do not have a boyfriend. I am indeed heterosexual. So I am sorry to let you down. Okay, so now we have Alperen, and what he says, hi Zack, do you believe the Turkish accent is more or less irritating? I am expecting a very honest answer from you. Oh, you mean when Turkish people speak English with a Turkish accent. That's what you're saying. Irritating? I don't know. Usually when Turkish people speak English, I shouldn't say usually, often, they don't even really try to pronounce things correctly. So like when they see a W, they just say a V sound. When they see a TH, they just say a T sound. They don't even try. So I think that is kind of irritating. Not that the sounds themselves are irritating, but that they're not even trying to pronounce the words correctly. So, yeah, that is what I think about that. We have someone tuning in from, where did it go? I lost it. Anyway. Okay, we have someone coming in from, what is this? Qatar. Cool. I'm not sure how we say that in English. Qatar. Okay. And then we have someone else from Bulgaria. Oh, okay, here we go. Come to Besiktas is a motto. Like for a campaign, for like a transfer. Oh, okay. I did not know that was a commonly used phrase, but now I do. So now I know. So now you can all use that. You can all use that phrase with me, and I will understand what you're saying. Hi, Zach. What is your biggest fear? Thanks for answering. My biggest fear? Oh gosh, I don't know. I often think about later in life, looking back on the life that I have lived, and saying, I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have practiced more. I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have, I don't want to get old and then look back on my life and be like, man, I was lazy. So that's kind of a fear of mine. I always want to do more. I always want to try harder. I always want to practice more. Stuff like that. Okay. Which do you prefer? 1. Dilandum. 2. Dilandum. I don't think I understand your question. Alright, here we go. Eren says, oh, here we go. I'm a newbie and I'm just trying to improve my language, and for this reason I thought the best way to learn a language is the best way to learn a language is to speak. That is why I really want to talk to Zach. Okay, guys. So, Eren wants to talk to me. Should I let Eren come on to the live stream? You guys let me know if I should let Eren, I can't say his name, come on to the live stream. Alright, guys. Here we go. So, hey! It's the English era. What was your name? Oh gosh, I forgot your name. Jeanette. It was Jeanette, right? Hey guys, this is my friend Jeanette, and she randomly came on the live stream last week, so you should all go watch that live stream, and then you should go like follow her or do whatever. Like, I don't know, what do we do on YouTube? We subscribe on YouTube, and then what do we do on Instagram? We follow. So you should subscribe on Instagram. No, anyway, I'm gonna move on. Here we go. Onur Keskin says, do you have the chance to make these live streams more often? So if I was gonna ask this, Onur, I would say like, would it be possible? Would it be possible for you to do these live streams more often? Well, so you said like once a week. I am doing them once a week right now. I suppose I could do maybe twice a week, but that would be definitely not more than that. I used to do twice a week anyway, back when Dilandam and I used to have our Tuesday night thing. Okay. Alright, here we go. I got it. I understand. I got it. I get it. I got it. I understood. You're not going to say I understood unless you're actually speaking in the past tense. But the term I got it is much more broad. You can use I got it for many things, not just comprehension, not just understanding. But yes, in terms of, they can be interchangeable. Okay. Zach, you are a master instructor. I am the master. Keep going like that. All right, man. Well, if you think I'm a master, then thank you. Someone says there's a problem with the microphone. Hold on. Is there anyone else saying that? Huh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Is it good now? Did I fix it? Did I fix the microphone, guys? Let me know if I fixed the microphone. I wonder another thing. Never off the table. Okay. So, no. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Here we go. Okay. Are we good now? Are we good now, guys? have we fixed the issues? Thanks to good, it's more worse now. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm glad that you said thank you. All right, so we said we're good. We said it's fixed. Okay, so thank you guys for helping me out there. Was that a cross? Oh, Hassan. What is that? Oh, interesting. Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, here we go. Hi, Zach. I'm watching films with English subtitles. Right now, I am watching films. Right now, you are watching a movie? Unlikely. You probably want to say, I watch films with English subtitles. Is it fine? Do you agree with me? What do you think about this? I had a video come out yesterday? I think it was yesterday. On this topic, you can watch you can watch my video from yesterday. You can watch my last video whenever it came out. Okay. So, Eren, I guess they accepted our offer. Did anyone talk about the offer? I didn't see anyone talk about the offer. I'm sorry. Who? I don't know, man. Okay. English sokak. Oh yeah, the pandemic has made sokak röportajlara biraz daha difficult. Has made it a little more difficult. I just said biraz daha difficult. Has made it a little more difficult. But we will have more of those in the near future. Okay. Hey Zach, what do you think about Sedat Peker's videos? I haven't watched any of them. A local friend explained the situation to me a couple days ago, but I have not actually watched any of the videos myself, so I can't actually have an opinion about the videos. Okay, so Reis, some sentences finish the words which of, with, from, like, that, what, is, it, sense, probably, I made it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand your question, Hakan. Some sentences end with the words which, of, with, from, like, that, what does it mean? Can you give me an example, Hakan? Hakan, can you give me an example of a word that you are a sentence that is like this? Can you give me an example? Do you speak only English and Turkish? Yes. I started learning Turkish when I was 22 years old, and before that I only spoke English, which is how most Americans are. Most Americans only speak one language. Will being in the same home with a non-native English speaker improve my English? Maybe. I mean, a little bit. Yeah, sure. I mean, it will force you to speak English, most likely, unless this person speaks Turkish or something. But yeah, it'll force you to speak. It'll force you to think and be like, how do I express this? You're not going to learn, well, most likely. You might not learn anything from that person, but it will force you to produce English. Okay, so here we go. Coming down here. When will you come to Turkey? I came to Turkey in 2015, so it's been 5.5 years. So you are nothing. Thank you, Arif. You're my biggest fan. Okay. Here we go. So, do you still go on to improve your Turkish? Not really. Yeah, I could probably still improve my Turkish a lot. I probably can't improve my pronunciation any better anymore. But I could definitely learn more words and learn more like academic phrases and get better. I could definitely improve my Turkish if I wanted to. But I haven't been doing that lately. The last time, yeah, it's been a while. I haven't what's the word? It's like consistently. I haven't consistently actually practiced Turkish, like tried to improve my Turkish for a very long time. It's been, I don't know, 2 years, something like that. You're speaking better than me. Well, if you're referring to my English, well, I mean, I'm an American, so that's what we do. If you're referring to something else, then I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, so when will you marry someone? Well, I have a girlfriend. I like her. I don't know. Maybe in the near future. I don't know. Ask her. Okay. All right. So we will move to New York in 2 months. Is there any suggestion to learn English for free in the U.S.? As I hear churches help in this situation. Yeah, there are a lot of churches that have like free language resources, especially. I would imagine that you're not a refugee, but typically to people that are in like difficult situations, there are a lot of churches will have free language resources. But yeah, absolutely, you could go to one of those same places and say, "Hey, I'm trying to learn English. Please help me," and I'm sure people would be able to help you. As for that, other than that. I don't know. I've never had to learn English as a second language in America. Yeah, I've never had to do that. So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, there are a lot of faith-based organizations, particularly churches, Christian churches, that do have free language resources to foreigners. Okay, so where did it go? Okay. What made you learn Turkish? I live in Turkey. Yeah, that was easy. Yeah, these maybe some harder questions, man. All right. Start off. Start off. The word start off just I guess it's like the word start. So I could be like, I'm gonna start off with, I don't know. Let's say we're like eating breakfast, and I'm like, I'm gonna start off. I don't know. It's almost the same as start as far as I can think of. I can't think of any significant differences between just normal start and start off. Okay. I would like you to record your new Exposed series about Ercan Hoca. He is the only Turk teacher that is verified by Google. I saw lots of teachers, but that one is different. Ercan. Is that a... I don't know who that is. I know Fercan, but I don't know Ercan. Did you write that incorrectly, or is there somebody named Ercan that I don't know about? Let me know. What is your height? My height is 5 foot 10 inches. 5 foot 10 inches. Do you think your Turkish is better than Dilandim's English, or is Dilandim's English better than your Turkish? Dilandim's English is definitely better than my Turkish, especially when it comes to pronunciation and stuff like that. He's probably better than me just in general, but like especially when it comes to pronunciation and stuff. Let's see what our friend. Oh, where'd she go? Where did you go? Zack is the best English teacher. Change my mind. Why? Why would you think they can change your mind? Okay, so I saw a question. Oh, here we go. I just came from Istanbul this afternoon. Can't believe I'm watching you right now from Denizli. You were in Istanbul? What were you doing in Istanbul? Hey, Jeanette, tell everyone what you were doing in Istanbul, and then we'll talk about it. Okay. What was your biggest challenge to get used to? What was the yeah, okay. What was the hardest thing to get used to while living in Turkey? I don't know. I don't know. That's a big question. Maybe it wasn't that hard. Like a lot of the differences between like a big city in America and Istanbul, I mean, a lot of the differences are very deep. Like the differences are not surface level. Surface level, on the surface, everything's kind of the same. You know, we have cars, you have cars. We have buildings, you have buildings. You know, we go to work, we come home, we watch TV, we watch sports, we play soccer. You know, you on the surface, everything's kind of the same. you have to get deep into the culture to really see some of the differences. So, yeah, you gotta, it's hard to see them. All right, here we go. How to pronounce the sounds before the vowel. I'm sorry? Oh, okay. So when I'm speaking and I see the word the, it's just the. But if sometimes if the word that comes next starts with a vowel, it's the. That's not like a hard fast rule. That's gonna change. Some people will say the, even if the next word starts with a vowel. Some people will say the just to like emphasize the word the word. But most of the time it's the. Okay, so. Okay, professor. I'm not a professor, but I appreciate the flattery. How is, I don't know, senior? Maybe the SR is short for senior? I don't know. Okay. The term well has many different meanings, and they will probably all be translated differently into Turkish. You just have to know what, how the word is being used. Okay. Abi hangi şampuanı kullanıyorsun? All of them. I use all of them at the same time for my beard. Okay. Do you think living in Turkey is stressful? Not really. Recently, everything has gotten outrageously expensive, so that sucks. Other than that, nah, not really. And quite frankly, a lot of the things that are difficult just kind of stem from that. So, you know, I don't have a car. Why? Because cars are expensive, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of the things, things that are difficult just stem from everything being outrageously expensive right now. Okay. Is your girlfriend from a Turkish or another nationality? My girlfriend is Turkish. Yes, she grew up in Istanbul. My internet connection should be fairly decent. Should be okay. Right now, I'm showing all bars. All, you know, my internet connection should be pretty good right now. Yes, our friend Jeanette is here. Okay. Is there any way to talk to you? I'm asking it as an ordinary person because you are a native speaker and you were saying if you'd like to speak with a native one-on-one, just tell them, don't try to be a friend. Well, thank you, Eren. Thank you for doing that. That is correct. You shouldn't just what am I saying? Yeah, you shouldn't just try to be friends with some. I saw another comment and that distracted me. You shouldn't just pretend that you want to be friends with someone and then actually just use them for their English. So yes, that is a good thing. But I asked if if people like thought I should bring you on, and I didn't see anybody say anything about it. So you need to convince all the people in the chat that I should let you in. Why did you say Christian churches? Are there some Muslim churches as well? Well, the term church refers to a group of people. So when I refer to a Christian church, it's a group of Christian people. That's what the word church means. So, I mean, it's not, what's the word? It's not a tautology. Do you guys know that word, tautology? Here, I'm going to write it over here. Actually, I don't know how to spell it. I think it's spelled something tautology. I can't spell why is this not working? Tautology. I don't think I spelled that right. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm spelling this right. But there's a word in English that essentially means saying the same thing twice. There's the word. I just put it in the chat. Right here. Wait. Is it? No, that's not correct. There it is. I think that's how you spell it. Yes. So it would be, it's saying the same thing twice. So, you know, like a single bachelor. Well, like a bachelor is already someone who's single. That's what that means, you know, something like that. But so the term Christian church is not necessarily a tautology. All right. So we would like to see English Era on the live stream. Hey guys, would you like to see English Era on the live stream? Let me know if you would like to see English Era, aka Jeanette, on the live stream. Let me know right now if you would like to see her on the live stream, and then I can bring her on if she's still watching. Not sure if she's still here. And then my friend Do says Selamun Alaikum, and then I will say Alaikum Salam. Yeah, Do is the guy. So my most watched video on YouTube, or one of them, is a street interview. Yani sokak röportajı. He's the cameraman, or he's the guy that says, "Hey, do you speak English?" This is him. That's Do. So you should all say, "Do, you're stupid." Okay, so let's see if people want. So this one says yes. We want Jeanette. Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. Okay, sure. Everyone is saying yes, so I will send Jeanette an invite, and then if she wants to join, she can do that. Copy to the clipboard. All right, so let me get a question up here, and I will answer the question as I... that's not what I wanted. Okay, I'll do this one. Hold on, let's do this one. Okay. What does your family think about you living? What does your family think about you living in Turkey? Well, my mom doesn't want me to live in Turkey. She wants me to live close to her. However, she did say that she didn't want to get in the way of me doing what I want to do. So, even though she didn't want me to come to Turkey, she said, I want even less to get in your way, to get in the way of you doing what you want to do. So that is what my mom said. No one else. Well, I guess my grandma's missed me. My grandpa's missed me. It was mainly that conversation with my mom that I remember the most. Okay, guys, I just sent Jeanette a message on Instagram. We will see if she responds. I don't know if she's here anymore. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. We're going to scroll down. All right. Living in the USA is better than Turkey from training? From training? From training. Oh, it's from training. Dynamic. I'm not sure. I don't know what you mean, Lily. You're going to have to let me know what you mean. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay. What does it mean? It's time to close. It's time to close the book. Maybe that's supposed to be the book. It's time to close the book, maybe. I guess that would mean it's time to end something. It's time to bring something to an end. It's time to put something to an end. Something like that. Okay. What do you think about learning Spanish as a third language? Well, I don't want to learn Spanish as a third language because I would never use Spanish. I don't even know anybody. Well, I guess I know a couple people. I know very few people that speak Spanish, so it wouldn't be terribly helpful for me. But maybe for someone living in a place where there are lots of Spanish speakers, yeah, absolutely. Learning Spanish would be a great way, would be a great third language. Or, however, fourth, fifth language, whatever. What do you think is the strangest habit in Turkey? Strangest habit. I don't know. When you say habit, do you really mean habit, or do you mean like tradition, like things that people do? If you actually mean habit, then I'm not sure. I'm not sure what habits do Turkish people have. I don't know. I would have to think about that. Have you got do you have a Turkish ID? I have a Turkish what is that called? Oturma izni. residence permit. I have a Turkish residence permit. So yes, that's what I have. What were you doing for a living back in the U.S.? I used to teach guitar. I would teach guitar. That's what I would do. Yeah, I taught guitar. Well, I really taught like a bunch of different instruments. I taught bass and piano and all that stuff. Okay, so our friend Jeanette is here. Let's say hi to her. Hello.
Hey.
How are you? Hey guys, last week her voice was much louder than mine. Let's see if we're the same this week. Can you talk to us? How was your day?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you really clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Guys, let me know if her voice is much louder than mine. Okay, Jeanette, how are you?
Pretty good. A bit tired, exhausted.
Why are you tired? Hold on, here's a good question. Racism to Turks in the U.S. What do you think about it? No one in America knows anything about any other nation. Like, we don't know anything. We are completely ignorant about other types of people, about other nations. We know nothing. So there is no racism towards Turks in America to any substantial degree. Okay, so why are you tired?
I just came from Istanbul.
Did you take a bus?
Actually, I commuted by plane.
Oh, you flew. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing in Istanbul?
Some documents that I need to fix because the consulate is so far from here. Yeah.
So you just for getting a residence permit or something for a
I
work
need
permit?
to renew my passport. I need to change it to my husband's name. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So let's talk to can you see the questions? Can you see the comments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's talk about, hey, so just a second ago, I referred to Americans and said that we don't really know anything about other nations. How are Filipino people? Do Filipinos stay up to date on like other nations and other cultures and stuff? Or are they kind of like Americans?
I can say that I think people are staying up to date and they have their own opinions, stereotypes still, especially in Manila. It's the capital and it's so diverse. It's got lots of foreigners. So like people have their own thinking about those, foreigners, their nationalities.
Okay, so you guys are a little bit better than us, at least. I think so. All right. So, do you like tea like Turkish people? I'm not sure I understand. Do you like
Probably,
tea as as much as Turkish people, like in the same way
yeah.
that Turkish people like tea? Okay, so do you think you like tea as much as Turkish people?
I think so. I love Turkish tea.
Okay. Here we go. Which 3 sounds would you recommend to native Turkish speakers to reduce the accent and sound more...
More what?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's referring to... I suppose he's referring to Turkish people speaking English. Like English sounds, but I'm not sure. Hey, what sounds are present in English that are not present in your native language?
Present in English that are not present in my native. I don't think there's none.
Oh, you don't think there are any?
Because right now in my native language, we mixed up English and Filipino together. Yes, so same sounds, Filipino and English. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So what about Turkish? What sounds are there in Turkish that are not in your native language?
And ü.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
those.
it? That's it?
Mm-hmm. What else? And e. You know the long vowels, short vowels,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So this person says, I asked my question about 10 times, but you ignored. Thank you. You should
Blah
have
blah
asked
blah.
it 11 times because I just saw you and I just clicked on you. And now there's no question there. So now
Mm-hmm.
I can't answer your question. I'm sorry. Okay. So, here we go. Here we go. What does this say? Zack, yeah, but you can at least get him this long. Like, he hadn't reached the limit yet. Okay, what does this person say? No, he's not talking to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this... drinking tea with the big glass. Never seen more Turkish behavior. Okay, so let's do this question. This is a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Turkish people's hospitality?
Turkish people's hospitality. I thought Filipinos are known for their hospitality because that's how our country is presented. But when I came here, they are way more hospitable than the Filipinos. You know, how they really cook food, how they serve food. They use their very special plates and utensils. You know, that's how they really welcome their guests. They really effort on it.
Okay, here's an interesting question. I guess
Okay.
it's for both of us, maybe. I don't know. Do you think Turks are
Mm-hmm.
more patriotic than other nations? Well, I have only lived in America and Turkey, so I can't comment on other nations. I can comment on America. And certain parts, or not certain parts, many people in America are very patriotic, but many people are not. And I would say the same is true of Turkey. I know lots of people who aren't very patriotic in Turkey. I know lots of people who are very patriotic in Turkey. So I don't think you can really generalize either nation. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. For me, I think Turks are patriotic, but I think Chinese people are more patriotic. I could say
Uh,
because I lived in China,
okay.
and everything you see is Chinese. I mean, I'm looking for some international restaurants, Mediterranean restaurants or so. I couldn't see any, and you cannot hear any pop songs, Hollywood music, none like
Really?
that.
Oh,
Yes, and I
okay.
live in a big city. So I suppose like people speak English there, but no, they're really like so nationalistic.
Huh, interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
I have often said that there's very little foreign food in Istanbul, or in Turkey in general, which is true. But would you say there's even less in China?
I would say there's even less. Yeah.
Interesting. So like in Kadıköy, I think there's one Middle Eastern restaurant in Kadıköy, and I think there's like one Chinese restaurant on Moda Caddesi, and that's pretty much that's like it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there's very few, but there are some. So
Mm-hmm.
you're saying that in China there's like nothing.
Almost nothing. And it can even you can normally see that near universities where there are international students who are studying. That's it. Yeah.
That's that's crazy.
Yeah.
You have a question. The high English level of Filipino people in general has always surprised me. I wonder how they are so successful at it. I wonder how they're so good at it. So why are you
Hmm.
guys so good at English? Why are you guys so good at speaking English?
English is our second official language. And as we grow older, you know, everywhere is English. The magazines, newspapers, on TV, announcements, posters, all of them are in English. Forms that you're going to fill out, everything is in English. So, yeah, I think that's the reason why, you know, people can easily understand English and can easily communicate in English.
Okay, here we go. Here's a long question. What do you think about online language courses? I encountered some of them who were frauds. They say that all of our teachers are native, but then you have teachers from Iran, Turkey, and Africa. Yeah. In Turkey, sometimes you'll see like a language school and it'll be like, yani öğretmenlerimizin hepsi yabancı. And you'd be like, oh, cool. And then then it's like Iranians and Afghanis and Indian people, and you're like, okay, they are yabancı ama that's not what I was looking for, So maybe that's what they're going for. Like you can learn from foreigners, even if they're not native speakers. Do you have any experience with online courses?
Yeah, I'm teaching online right now.
So do you think it is good, bad?
It's good. I would say that some language institutions are posting those like native English speakers like that. It's an asset, It's a way to get students. So yeah.
Right. Pelin says, why should I say about living in Turkey? Why isn't it present tense? I think, Pelin, you are interpreting the word living as a verb. But it's really like a noun here. Living in Turkey. That's like the noun. That's the about living in Turkey. Would that be a subject? What do you think about living in Turkey? What do you think about living in Turkey? I'm not
about
sure what that
is normally followed by a gerund.
Yeah.
Or a verb with ing. It's a noun.
This living in Turkey, that's like one thing. That's like a package. So don't think about that as whatever. As a verb. Okay. So let's move on. What are the differences between finally and eventually? So I'll start and you let me know if I miss anything. So when you're saying finally, you're referring to the end of an event. Well, not necessarily. Hold on, not necessarily. We eventually got out of there. We finally got out of there. So we could say, for example, we are on lockdown, or maybe a year from now, we could talk about the lockdown. We could say, we were on lockdown, but the lockdown eventually ended. Like it did end. It did come to an end. If I were to say that the lockdown finally ended, I would be emphasizing how long it took. Like it took a long time to end. Whereas when I say eventually, I'm referring to the fact that it did indeed come to an end. I'm not sure if that was helpful. Can you think of anything else?
I think that's the main difference. Yes.
Okay.
Finally is more on the end of the situation. Eventually is more on emphasizing delays up to the end of the situation. Yeah.
We have a good comment here. Sen Turkçenin üzerine damga koyamazsın, bizi bölemezsin ey armağan şahsen kimsin. I'm not sure what's going on with this one, but I guess he's joking. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this is a good question. This is a fun question. So, what language do you dream in?
For me, do you guys see your dreams? English and my native language.
Okay,
Yeah.
so so both of them, like one isn't more common than the other?
Karışık, like it's a mix up. Dreams are vague sometimes and it's so abstract. So sometimes you don't know what's going on. But I could hear most of the time English or Filipino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I typically don't dream because I have sleep problems. But when I do dream, it's usually in English. Sometimes I'll speak a little Turkish. Not often. It depends on who I'm talking to. If I'm in my dream, if I'm speaking to someone who speaks Turkish, then I'm going to speak Turkish. I'm not going to speak to my mom in Turkish because my mom doesn't speak Turkish.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Closing my eyes. I cannot see anything. Is it a normal thing? With all the great comments we have here, I'm not sure why that was said. Okay. Try to think in English. Is the frequent piece of it that doesn't really work. Is a common piece of, let's say common is a common piece of advice. But how? What would you recommend to achieve that? Would you like to answer this question? Thinking in English?
Think in English. I used to do that when I was learning English. I think in English as much as I think in my native language, and that's what I'm doing right now in Turkish. Like when I'm pissed off, I'm thinking in Turkish, or when I want to compliment someone, I try to think in Turkish, then I try to say it in Turkish. So I think that could also be the same when you think in English. They also said that when you when you learn English, you try to breathe in English, eat in English, work in English. So that can help you immerse yourself in English, I suppose.
Yeah, you can kind of like, we talk about immersion. We talk about learning through immersion. You can kind
Mm-hmm.
of do self-immersion. You can just force yourself to constantly be surrounded by your target language. But this person is like saying how. I guess you just have to force yourself to
Mm-hmm.
think in your second language or your target language.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you an example, with numbers, I'm still really slow with numbers in Turkish. When someone like, for example, if I buy something and I have to get a code sent to my phone, they're like, "All right, what's the code?" I'm like, "Okay, use no, it's I'm really slow with numbers, so if I see numbers just in my daily life,
Mm-hmm.
I'll read them out in Turkish, like to myself,
Yeah.
just to kind of reinforce my my Turkish number comprehension ability. Zach, why are you bald? I am bald because there's a certain hormone in males called testosterone, and part of what it does is it causes the hair follicles on the tops of our heads to shrink. And when those hair follicles shrink, the hair can no longer stay in them, so the hair falls out. So that is why I am bald, because the hair follicles on the top of my head have shrunk beyond the ability to hold any hair. Yeah, that's how that works. Okay, so here we go. What's a restrictive clause? I don't know. Do you know what a restrictive clause is?
That's a technical term. Restrictive clause.
Are you Googling it right now? Is that what's going on? That's what you're doing right now, isn't it?
Yes,
Okay,
it's
you let
super
us
like
know.
I have heard it for the first time actually. I've been teaching English for so long, but restrictive clause is more technical than I think that the usual way that we teach English, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It says here it's a clause that identifies a word it modifies. Interesting. Let's say the man who lives next door won the lottery. So, who lives next door is a restrictive clause. It
Okay.
modifies the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good. Hey, Sali, that's what a restrictive clause is. We have all learned what a restrictive clause is today. King
Yeah.
Zek, we are trying to do American or British accent in our speeches. Now I want to turn this case to face, please try to do a Turkish accent. I don't think I should try to do a Turkish accent. That would probably not be encouraging to many people. Okay, so okay, here we go. All right, so we have a really hard question. Tell me, what's the difference between the pronunciation of here and here?
I don't think there's difference. They
Nope.
are both long E sound. E.
Yeah, they are pronounced. They are pronounced exactly the same. Here, they are both here. Would you recommend a podcast? It doesn't have to be about language learning. Well, I have a podcast. I don't keep it up very often. I think I have like 5 episodes up right now. I have a couple more that I've recorded but haven't edited yet. You can listen to that if you want like English practice on the go. Other than that, I don't know. I don't listen to podcasts. Well, I guess I do, but they're kind of weird. Do you listen to podcasts?
Not very often, but when I do, I listen to podcasts from the radio. Radio shows that I used to listen to in the Philippines, but they are speaking in English too. Yes.
Okay. I asked a question about your exposed video. Harvard is his active follower. I hope you record it. He sounds like a Turkish agent. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I bet you won't detect nothing wrong in his English. Okay. Let me know who this person is, and maybe I'll take a look. Okay. So, let's talk about... do I have any mods? Can we kick all the people that are saying inappropriate things out? I don't think I have any mods. Okay, we'll just let it happen. Anyway, does this lady speak English? I hope so.
I think so.
I mean, that's what we're going for. Okay, so here we go. Here's a question, big long one. Where did it go? Hi, Zack. I'm not a native Turkish speaker like you. What? I'm not a native Turkish speaker like you, but I learned it by living in Turkey. And I want to learn it better. I just discovered your channel, and I think it's going to help me a lot.
Native Turkish speaker. You are a native Turkish speaker. Okay.
So this person either accidentally said Turkish instead of English.
Probably.
By living in Turkey, I want to learn. Or maybe this person is a foreigner and they think I am a Turk. They might think that I'm Turkish. They might not know the difference between like a foreign Turkish and local Turkish. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you think about memorization? What do you think about memorizing stuff? You think that's helpful? Memorizing stuff. Bir de şunu söyleyeyim, şu 31 diyenlere şimdi silmeye başlayacağım gençler. Saçmalamayın. Ben şimdi sizi böyle kovmaya başlayacağım. Artık onu bırakabilirsiniz. Okay, go ahead. So, what do you think about memorization?
It still works, actually, but it depends on the person. As for me, I don't like memorizing because I am forgetful. But yeah, some of my students do memorization when they learn English for exams. Yes. Otherwise, if they're learning English for communication, for conversation, like that, it's more on practice than memorizing sentences or phrasal verbs. Although it's helpful, I can say memorization, but again, it just doesn't stop there. You have to produce what you memorize, I think.
Yeah, I think it could be helpful just for having an example to go off of. So, for example, maybe someone is learning I don't know. So I'll give an example for so these clauses, you know, the girl, which girl, the girl that I love. We could memorize that, and then I could change out the word girl, and I could change out the word love. I could be like the place, or that wouldn't work. The food that I eat. You know, you can memorize a sentence
phrase.
And then use it as like a culp. Use it as like a
It's like a pattern.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we say that in English. But anyway, all right. So yeah, our friend said, where did he go? Where did he go? Yes, he says, I am not Turkish. He says, I'm a foreigner. Well, I'm a foreigner too, man. I am a foreigner too. So we're in the same boat here. We're all foreigners. Okay. So, have you learned any new Turkish lately? What have you learned recently? What new words have you learned?
What words have I learned recently? There's a lot. Actually, I learned from my mother-in-law a lot of vocabulary. She's talking like deep, you know, like içgüdü. Know that word?
Okay, yeah.
İçgüdü. Like instinct.
Yeah, in English
right?
we would say something like instinct, yeah.
Yes. Kafam bulma.
Kafam.
Like bulma. I always hear that. Kafam bulma. Like, do not tease me or something. Is that it?
That is. I don't think that's right. That might be right. I don't know.
That's what I hear often.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, that might be a thing, and I just might not know about it. But that doesn't sound right to me.
Or probably it's because it's in there like.
Oh, look! Kafa bulma. Somebody says you can say kafa
like that.
bulma.
Like, don't tease me like that.
Benimle kafa bulma. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Cool. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard that before. All right, here we go. So, the keyword. Here we go. No, that's not what we want. Hello. I want to learn English, but in Germany. Is it possible? Because in Turkey, courses are too expensive and aren't good. Also, in Turkey, IELTS exams points are whatever. I know what you're trying to say. What can I do? I mean, you don't need to go to a language course to learn a language. I would suggest that you can learn it just as well, you know, outside of a language course. My Turkish isn't like amazing, but I mean, I learned it on my own. I never went to a course or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I was about to ask you, like how you became so that fluent in Turkish.
Oh. Well, I have a video on that, but it's in Turkish.
Yeah, I need to watch
so
it
you can go
slowly.
watch that video. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can watch that video. I speak with an accent, so just don't memorize. Don't learn anything that I do. Don't memorize anything that I say. Okay, because it could be wrong. Okay, here we go. This is a good question. Are you trying to speak comprehensibly? I'm not sure what we would say there. Yeah. Are you trying to speak in a way that we can understand for us, or just normal speaking? I'm speaking kind of clearly and a little slower than usual right now.
This is my normal speaking.
I usually speak really fast. I have a lot of thoughts and I need to get them out. I'm running out of time. I have to say everything really quickly. I got a lot of stuff going on in my brain, but right now I'm speaking a little bit more slowly than usual. Okay. Here we go. What's a good question? Okay, so while I'm looking for a question, you should ask my audience a question. Go.
A question. Okay. Actually, I see a lot of questions right here.
What do you see? Read it.
What's the difference between made of, and made from.
Oh, I've answered that before, but I don't remember where. Here we go. What's the difference between made of and made from?
Made of
It's made of
and
gold.
made from.
So if you're saying made from, you are referring to how it was made. Literally, you're referring to the action of it being made. It was made from whatever. What's a good example? It was made from. I can't think of a good example.
For
But if you say,
example, yeah, sure.
go ahead.
Oh, like I saw a soap made from olive. So you cannot see olives in there.
Yeah.
But
That's good.
the
That's good.
olive change and turn to soap.
That's good. That's good. That's a
Yeah.
good example. Yeah. So it's made from. So there's olives over here, and it's made from the olives. Like there's
Also,
the-
like grapes turn to wine. So it's made
yeah. So
from
wine is
grapes.
made from grapes. Wine is made from grapes. Yes.
Yes.
So you take grapes, and you squish them, and then you do some stuff, and then you get wine.
Right.
Wine is made
Right.
from grapes.
Yes.
But if I say made of, that is referring to the material or the stuff that I'm trying to think of a simpler way to say it. I could think of like a harder way to say it, like the constituent properties.
Or you could just simply say the thing is still, the component is still there. You can still see it.
This mouse is made of plastic.
Right.
It's made of plastic. Or, for example, this jacket is made of cotton. It's made of cotton. Like right now, it is cotton. Like that is what
Right.
it is. All right, so that was a good question and a good explanation. Here we go. Someone said, "Can you make a demo of your normal speaking speed?" Yeah, look at my I have a video series called Inside Out English. You can watch my first 2 or 3 videos, and I speak normally in the beginning of them, and then I speak slowly to explain them. Okay. So, here we go. This is a good one. What's the difference between the words of all?
All and
Probably
entire.
all, yeah. What's the difference between the words all and entire? Would you like to do this one?
All and entire. Entire is whole, right? All is more on, I think, type of something. Let's say all students, probably. But you can also say the entire students. Probably it's also about the form itself. Yeah, I suppose it made me think too about the difference.
So if I refer to the entire something, I mean that there's one thing, and I'm talking about all of it, the entire thing, the whole thing. For example, I order a pizza and I eat the entire pizza. There's one pizza, and I eat the whole thing, the entire thing. When I use the word all, I'm going to refer to all individual things. So I could say, I don't know, all
Slices.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was
Slice
gonna
of pizza.
all. I can't think of a sentence using the word all that isn't incorrect. All. I mean, so anytime you use the word all, it's probably going to be incorrect. You know, it'll be like all, like
Because
all.
it also,
Anytime you say something like that, that's like you're making what's the word? My English sucks. My English used to be good. Then I moved to Turkey, and now it sucks. I can't think of the word, man.
All can also be used with the phrase, right? Like all of the, right?
Yes. So you can say all of. You could do that for uncountable things. So like
Right.
all of the milk, or all of the
Yeah.
water, or all of that. I really can't think of that word, and it's bothering me. It's
Can't
anyway.
let you sleep tonight.
No. Yeah. I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and like send you an Instagram message like it was this. Yeah. Anyway, so I could say that all dogs have tails. See, that's not true. But
Right.
I can't think of a sentence that is actually true. So all dogs have tails. Okay? All dogs, individual dogs, and all of them have tails.
Yeah.
Okay, so all would be like all of the individual things, and then entire you're going to refer to all of one thing, the entire pizza, the entire cake. So Jansu says, to me, English is rather difficult. What do you think?
Learning a language is difficult generally. Yeah. Especially if you don't have motivation, or if you're just excited to learn it at first and then later on you just feel lazy to do it, right? Every language I think is difficult to learn.
Right. Every language is difficult. English is incredibly irregular. And because it's incredibly irregular, I suppose you can make an argument that it's more difficult than other languages. But as far as I understand, some languages are even more irregular than English. I've heard that German, I know nothing about German, but I've heard that it's just insanely irregular. There's like no pattern
They love consonants.
yeah, there's like no pattern to anything, you know.
Right.
So if we're talking about regularity, then yeah, English is probably going to be more difficult than many other languages. Okay. All right, man. I'm sorry. I gotta block you. I'm sorry. You always come. You always hang out. But I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I warned you, and now I gotta go put you in timeout. Okay. So can you answer this question while I block him?
Do you find funny Turkish humor? You mean, do you find Turkish humor funny? Right?
Yeah. So what do you think?
Yes, I think so. And it depends who delivers that humor. Because, like, some comedians, or, yeah, like in Gulder show, or what, like Cem Yılmaz, for example, how he delivers the humor is funny. So I think it depends on the person, because when I came here, when someone was like trying to throw a joke at me, I couldn't understand it, you know? So I needed to ask how to translate it so I could get it, you know? But it's quite different from Filipino humor. Yeah.
Yeah, humor is very cultural. What's a culture? My English sucks tonight. Culture specific. Ha, there we go.
Okay.
My English is, yeah. So here we go. You guys you're finishing me. You're ruining my English, guys. All right. Yeah, humor is very culture specific. So stuff that's funny in America isn't funny here. Stuff that's funny in the Philippines isn't funny in America.
Right.
So it's less of a language thing and more of a culture thing. Hassan says, Zack, can you block Emirhan Gökdemir? Yeah, if he says something else stupid, I'll block him. Or I suppose he has said something stupid. If he does it again, I will block him. Okay. I want to know how and where we can use notwithstanding. I don't think I've ever used that word. Um, yeah.
Notwithstanding.
It's typically used in like, I don't know, like contracts and stuff. I'm trying to think of a good example.
It's like academic word, more on writing, I think.
Yeah, you're gonna see it written.
Notwithstanding.
You're not gonna hear it
Mm-hmm.
used very often.
It's like in
Notwithstanding,
spite of, isn't it like that? In
I
spite
don't
of.
I don't think it means the same thing as in spite of. I think it would be like
But more
I
on
don't know.
contradicting ideas.
Yes,
Notwithstanding.
yes, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
there is, yeah. So there's the idea of contradicting, like, um, yeah. I'm gonna look that up, and let's. Hey, this is good. I said culture specific. This guy said culturally relative. I no, I like
Nice.
mine better. Culturally relative, relative to culture, culture specific. I like mine better. But it's good. It's good. Alpeden. It's
Yeah.
good stuff. Okay. So someone said, "Where are you from?" Would you like to introduce yourself to those people who weren't here last week? And I'm going to look up the word notwithstanding.
So I'm Janet. I'm a teacher. I'm an English teacher, and I'm from the Philippines. I'm currently living in Turkey. So I'm living in Denizli right now, and I've been living here for like more than a year now. 1 year and a half almost. Yeah.
And do you have a YouTube channel or an Instagram
I
page?
have a YouTube channel and it's called the English Shara. I got this name because English people or English women who are talking in English in our country are called English Sharas. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's the history of it.
yeah.
And
So
yeah,
I
my
just
mm-hmm,
go ahead.
sure.
I said I just looked up the word notwithstanding, and it does say in spite of. So I was wrong. I was wrong about that. Yeah, good work. Good work. Okay, so um, what's the difference between sick, patient, and ill? Sick. The word sick is going to be a little more. It's a little less formal. Ill might be a little more formal, but there's not really much of a difference.
But you cannot use ill as an adjective.
He is ill.
He
She's
is
ill.
ill, but you cannot use it before a noun, like
And
sick patient. But you cannot say ill patient. It sounds strange, right?
um, a lot of ill patients, sick patients. Sick patients definitely sounds like more
Mm-hmm.
natural. Yeah, I'm not sure I would say you can't do it, but sick would sound more natural. But normally we don't use that word in Turkish in Turkey just because it sounds like a cuss word in Turkish. Um, there's that word, and then there's never mind. We won't talk about that. Okay, so um, Zach, can you please explain to us what's your way? How can you please tell us how you learned Turkish? Yes, I did that in a video, so you should all go watch my video about how I learned Turkish. It was released a long time ago, like back in like October or something. It's pretty old. All right, so here we go. Do you think idioms are important? Do we have to learn idioms to speak like a native? What do you think?
I want to ask you too. I mean, you're a native, and I could see that in Hollywood movies or TV series, they also use idioms, and I think it's important in learning English. How about you? I mean, I'm curious about it because native English speakers, do they use idioms on a day-to-day basis, like when you talk casually?
I think we do. It's not. I feel like if someone were to not learn idioms at all, they would still be okay. They would just have to
Mm-hmm.
ask lots of questions. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, but yeah, I mean, we definitely use them. Um, and people use them in Turkish. I would imagine that people use them in Filipino, whatever that
Mm-hmm.
language is called. I forgot. You told me last time. I forgot. Tagalog? Tagalog?
Oh, yeah, Tagalog, yeah.
There it is. Yeah, all right. All right. Do you know Jordan Peterson? I do not know him. I know of him. I have heard of him, but I do not know him because we're not friends. We're not like buddies. But I have heard of Jordan Peterson. I highly suggest his books to you. Yeah, he's got a lot of really interesting thoughts, especially having he talks about a lot of things that are typically only talked about in a religious context, but he is not himself a very religious person. So that's kind of interesting. You know, the meaning of life, living for something greater than yourself, you know.
I'm more on self-help books.
Stuff like that. But he's not actually himself a religious person, as far as I know. Yeah, so he's a cool guy. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Let's do a couple more, and then I am going to log off. I can leave you here if you'd like. You can keep going. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Have you ever been to America? You've never been to America, have you?
Haven't been, but I would love to visit, yeah, of course, California, Florida.
Oh, that's my memleket. That's where I'm. That's where I grew up.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So the best state to live in the U.S. for you. Well, I really like Florida, Aicha. I really like Florida. The weather's great. It's great. It's great. In the summer, it rains every day. In the winter, it doesn't rain. So in Istanbul, it's exactly the opposite. In the winter, it rains and it's cold.
Right.
And then in the summer, it doesn't rain. In Florida, it's the opposite. In the summer, it rains and it's hot. And in the winter, it doesn't rain. So that's a much better system. So the rain is hot, not cold. It's a much better system. So you should all go to Florida. And you should all say hi to my mom. Okay. Now, let's take a couple more. Here we go. Let's talk about... Oh gosh, there's so many. I'm asking you both. What is it that you found the most difficult to get used to in Turkey? Someone asked me this at the beginning of the broadcast, and I really didn't have a good answer. Do you have anything? Anything come to mind?
The most difficult to get used to in Turkey. For me, in my experience, okay, something that I really found hard to get used to and I need to adjust is about family. I mean, Turkish family are warm, I can say. I mean, my husband's side, they're so warm, like so kind, like so sweet. It seems to me that it's too good to be true, you know? Like, how can I respond to these people that I wasn't, or I wasn't, I mean, I didn't get used to living, you know, that life. So I found it hard to adjust with that kind of treatment, how they treat me. So that's one thing. Yeah. Weather. Also, in the Philippines, the weather is always hot. So in winter, I don't feel productive at all. I feel like I need to hibernate all throughout the winter. I found it difficult.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was good. That was much better than my answer because I didn't have one. All right, here we go. So, Zack, please look here. How do I say, or how do you say artık in English in positive sentences? Because we cannot use any more in positive sentences. It is true that grammar books will tell you that you shouldn't use any more in positive sentences. You will find some Americans who do use any more in positive sentences, but I wouldn't suggest it. It's kind of not, it doesn't sound right. Anyway, You could say from now on. You could say now. So someone could say, Zack, you used to live in Kadıköy. And I would say, yeah, I used to live in Kadıköy, but now I live in Beşiktaş, or something like that. Well, that's not exactly the same as artık, but you could do kind of the same thing. You could say from now on. So artık bunu yapacağım. From now on, I will do this, whatever. Can you think of anything else?
Almost the same with your answer. Yeah, because anymore, like Arctic is like no longer, any longer, right? Or anymore. It seems that way.
Yeah, from now into the future. It's like that's what it means, Okay. All right. Tebrikler. All right. Zack. Well, you didn't say Zack. What do you think about black people? Like, are they dangerous?
Oh.
Some black people are awesome. Some black people aren't. Some black people are nice. Some black people are mean. Some black people are friendly. Some black people are not. You can't make a generalization about a group of people based on the color of their skin.
Right.
That just doesn't work. It's like, what do you think about Turkish people? Well, which ones? My girlfriend? I like her. She's awesome. I mean, who? I don't know who you're talking about. I can't talk about a group of people. I can only talk about individuals. So, we should not think that black people or white people or Asian people or whatever are some homogenous group. Would you like to add anything to that?
That's it. Generally, I mean, it depends on the person. It depends on your perspective too, how you look at them, right?
All right, so let's take another question, and then I think Günlük İngilizce okuyoruz, ondan dinliyoruz. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this one. What about keşke? So in Turkish we have the word keşke. What are some different ways to express the same thought in English? What do you think?
Keşke. What does keşke mean?
Oh, you don't know.
I always hear that, but I don't really use it.
So I could say something like keşke şunu yapsaydık. It would be like, man, I wish we would have done this. If only we would have done this. Keşke saçım olsa. I wish I had hair. Like, I really wish I had hair or something like that.
If it's like conditional?
It's not a conditional. So in English you could say something like if only. That would be like a very kind of poetic way to say it. If only I don't know. If only the pandemic were over. If only the pandemic was over, or I really wish the pandemic would just end or something like that. You could say like wish, I wish, whatever, or you could say if only, or you could say I can't think of anything else. I can't think of anything else that comes to mind.
So what's the question here? What is it in English? It means it's if only. Is that it?
Zack, I'm really sorry, bro. I just wanted to make some humor. That's why I asked the question. I'm really sorry. No problem, man. I warned you guys, and then you did it again. So I had to block you. I'm sorry. I got to keep the rules, man. I can't just say I'm gonna block you and then not block you, but it's okay. We're still cool, bro. We're still cool. Okay. Let's do one more question, and then we will call it a night. Let's go. This is for you.
Does Englishera using English or Turkish to communicate with people in Turkey? I generally use Turkish because I have to. I mean, here, there's no one speaking in English, just my husband. So everywhere I need to speak in Turkish. I went to Istanbul. I just came today. I went there last Thursday. So I stayed for like 2 days. And in Istanbul, I could see people speaking English. So I took that opportunity. And there are like some people who like I just passed by and then they're just like start to talk to me. Like I don't know. I think it's common there. I'm not sure. Like they're trying to practice their English. Like
Mm-hmm.
especially in the Hagia Sophia part. Like men are just standing there and then they just approach you suddenly. So like, you
Or
know,
they did they, what did they say?
like oh, this Sultanahmet is closed right now, something like that. They just approach me like what?
Huh.
Or like they think that I am foreign, so I'm not sure if they want us to practice English. They want to make friends or what. So I have to be extra careful.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I know people stand in front of touristic sites
Mm-hmm.
and offer like to be a tour guide. They're like, "Hey, I'll take you on a tour of Hagia Sophia." Um, but yeah, maybe someone just wanted. Sometimes people just want to speak English,
Right.
and they will take any opportunity that they can.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
they
And
they
mm-hmm.
they might speak to you just because it's an opportunity to speak English, um,
Right.
even though they wouldn't do this in Turkish. So um, to give you an example, this is really funny, guys. This is really funny. So there's this guy. There was this guy at this gym that I used to go to. I used to go to a public gym, and he found out that I was American, and he would always take the opportunity. He'd always find me and say good morning, and say how are you, and I remember one time I was like doing like like an overhead press, and he saw me from like across the gym, and he was like good morning, like it's just really weird. One day I was doing some bicep curls, and he came next to me, and he started doing bicep curls, and he started counting in English. He was like 1,
Oh my.
2, 3, and he was like, "Come on, yeah." Yeah, he's like saying all these weird things in English. He just wanted to speak English. It was really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe maybe that was the situation. All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I have been on here for an hour and a half, so I am going to get off. Thank you guys for coming
Thank
out.
you. Thank you for having me, Zach.
Thank you, Jeanette, for participating. And I'll probably have another video up probably tomorrow or the next day. And yeah, that's it. All right, so I'm going to end the broadcast, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.